over the years that word became real important to me is because what was happening is that I was getting those kids that just wanted it right away,
Okay.
They didn't
Immediately, yeah.
understand, they just wanted to be on varsity. I think I should be on varsity and making excuses for it rather than just living in that moment and getting better. I had kids leave the program to go to other programs
Because they weren't on varsity?
because they weren't varsity. They just wanted it. And I'm talking about sophomores in high school. I'm talking about sophomores in high school are still young, thinking they should play and then jump ship when the whole process is 9th grade through 12th grade. And you can't skip that process. And I had a lot of players wanted to skip over that process. And like I said, that became a key word for me is
Time out. Let me ask you this. What if the gap between where you are today and where you want to be isn't talent? It's how you're training when no one's watching. That's what this studio podcast is all about. We don't chase motivation. We don't hype potential. We build identity through habits, standards, and systems. This is where student athletes, parents, coaches, and leaders come to sharpen how they think, prepare, and perform. I'm Coach Randy, and this is the Built Different Studio Podcast. What if the biggest separator in sports isn't talent at all, but development? Family, that's where we're starting today. Welcome back to the Built Different Studio Podcast, where we don't just talk about success, we train it. Mindset, systems, habits. This is where champions in school, sport, and life are made. And every episode is designed to give you something you can use, something that helps athletes grow, help families think clearer, and helps leaders build stronger from the inside out. Today, we've got someone in the studio who understands the real impact is never accidental. Real impact is never accidental, right? Arturo Jones is a special education teacher, a head basketball coach, and a leader who's lived the game through multiple angles. He played at the high school level. He played at the college level. He's won championships as a coach, and he's coached some of the best players in the country on the EYBL stage. But what stands out most isn't just where he's been, it's what he believes. Development. That's his word. That's his standard. And that's why this conversation matters. Because isn't it interesting how you can easily spot the difference between someone who wants attention and someone who's committed to building something that lasts? What I respect most about Coach Arturo is this. He doesn't just talk about winning. He talks about teaching. He talks about structure. He talks about building a true neighborhood school that competes at a high level and represents something bigger than basketball. That's powerful. His experience at Centennial and Compton shaped how he sees leadership. And when he stepped into Lutzinger, he didn't just want a team. He wanted a program, a standard, a culture, a place where young people could be developed with purpose. So today, we're talking identity, we're talking leadership, we're talking development over hype. And if you've ever wondered what it really takes to build athletes, build trust, and build something people can believe in, this episode is for you. Family, help me welcome Arturo Jones. Coach, welcome to the show. Welcome.
Thank you.
We're excited to have you on board today. Before we dive in, Coach, I want to start with you. Not the titles, not the wins, not the resume, just you. For everyone listening, tell us who you are, where your story begins, and what moments shaped the man and leader you've become.
I'm a kid that grew up in Compton, California.
Okay.
During the 90s, when drugs, gang violence was all around me.
Okay. You were there during the riots then?
Yes, I was pretty young, but I remember the riots. I was about 11 or 12 when the riots hit, 11 or 12. So I remember the riots. I remember how my family took care of me and took care of my cousins. We wasn't involved in any of the looting and whatnot. But we lived it. We were right in the middle of it. My whole family. So and that's how I grew up. Grew up with gangs as friends, but at the same time I was grounded with my parents. My parents parents are both educators. My mom is Mexican, my dad is Black, so I have two different cultures that I embrace and love. And I think that's
that
where
again. Your mom's ethnicity. What was your mom's ethnicity?
my mom is Mexican.
Okay, got it.
My mom is Mexican. My dad is Black. Two different cultures. It's grounded me. It's definitely who I am. Growing up, both parents are educators, so I had that education side of me. I knew right from wrong, and during that time, I made some good decisions for myself. And basketball definitely it was number one in my life. That shaped everything. I knew I wanted to play basketball at the college level, and that was the focus and goal. Going ahead, and that steered me, and that focus on basketball steered me to obtaining the numerous degrees that I have, and being able to play college basketball.
I need you to share those with the audience members, Coach Arturo. I know you have degrees and well-educated. Please share those accomplishments and achievements.
So basketball took me to LA Southwest College, where I played for legendary Coach Reggie Morris Sr., legendary LA City basketball coach. He's won a city championship, state championship at both levels, Manual Arts and LA Southwest College. So I played at LA Southwest College, got my AA degree there, ended up transferring to Southwestern Oklahoma State College to play Division II basketball. That's where I obtained my Bachelor's of Arts in Interdisciplinary Studies as well. And that led me to coming back home to starting my coaching career. I started coaching at LA Southwest College under my previous head coach for about 2 or 3 years, and then that's when I made the move to high school with his son Reggie Morris Jr. My college teammate.
Full circle.
My college teammate. He got me to come over after a couple years, and I joined Lusinger the year after Russell Westbrook graduated.
After. Okay.
Yeah, right after. So I was officially.
I'm sure he's come back multiple times, right? And just part of the program.
Yes, he blesses us definitely just with his presence and his love.
Yeah.
He's busy with basketball, of course, but he's a tremendous support. And didn't get to coach him, but I was around during that time. I would come to practices a lot and come watch games and whatnot, but I wasn't officially on the coaching staff. But I did witness him in high school.
But then baller, right?
yes. And again, keyword development with Russell, definitely. And then I obtained my teaching credential at National University, and I have a master's in special education from National University as well.
Amazing.
And I'm
all I'm waiting for now, Coach, is that doctorate. I'm sure you're on that path. Yes.
I'm actually in a program to receive my admin credential right now.
Okay.
So I don't know about a doctorate.
Knowledge is power, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know about a doctorate, but I am in the admin program right now. So my goal is to become a assistant principal or principal one day.
Okay. No, I love that, man. I love that, man. That foundation always matters. Two amazing cultures you shared, because before anybody sees the coach, they need to understand the person, right? And hearing how those early experiences shape you, your education, makes the next part even more powerful, because purpose usually shows up long before the spotlight does. You've lived the game as a player, a teacher, and a championship level coach. When did you realize your calling was bigger than competing, and that you were really built to develop young people through the game, not just coach basketball?
I guess it's really when I decided to start at LA Southwest College, when I came back from college, being fresh from the game. I got to see the insides of coaching from my former coach, because I played for him. So it was actually funny hearing the things he had to say about his current players. Understanding that he's just a man, with insight on individuals in basketball, and just being in that loop made me for sure love him a little more. Seeing a different side of him, because I loved him as my coach and I respect him as my coach, but now I get to see a different side of him. And just seeing him operate definitely pushed me and led me to continue, doing what I do and doing it for this many years.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that one. So once a leader like yourself sees the game as a vehicle for transformation, everything changes, right? From the way you teach to the way you set standards. And that leads right into something every athlete and parent needs to hear because growth always gets tested before it gets respected, right? You've been around high level basketball and high level talent, EYBL. We talked about you coach Dusty and a bunch of other high level basketball players. But what's one season, setback, or pressure point in your journey that forced you to dig deeper and sharpen the way you lead, teach, and build?
I seen the aspirations kids have of
Okay.
wanting to
Okay.
be basketball players and really good, and just kind of being naive, you know,
Mm,
to the work that they need to put in, even before they get to high school, because that's every player who's any good, especially the top players. They've been training and practicing, you know, since they were small, since they were
yeah.
little.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
at some point, I got a lot of kids here at Lusinger to, you know, they don't have that background, but at the same time, they want to play on a high level in the high school stage, and
Yeah. Yeah.
that's just not possible. So just every year, every student, every player, they get coached the same way. They
Yeah.
get coached the same way, and I'm coaching to play, to go out and play some of the top high schools in California, and with that comes the best has to play, you know, and I
Yeah.
try to
Yeah.
bring the
Now,
best out
I
of
know
them.
you've been known to never back down. You ain't backing down from any of the top schools, right?
No, we like I said, we come prepared. Uh, Preparation is key. Practice and just getting the real from me. You know, not sugarcoating anything.
Okay. I love that, man. That's true honesty, being transparent with the players and the parents. So you said your key word over the last few years has been development. So when you look into or when you look at a young athlete today, what does real development actually require beyond talent? And what would you tell a family that wants results but hasn't yet built the right habit, structure, or daily routine?
You gotta stick to something. Um,
Okay.
Either a program, a coach, somebody. You gotta find somebody that you trust for one, that believes in your child, and is giving your child an opportunity to develop. Meaning he's on the floor, he's making mistakes, you're riding
Yep.
with him, and it's going to take time.
Mm.
And over the years, that word became real important to me, is because what was happening is I was getting those kids that just wanted it right away, wanted it
Okay.
right away. They didn't
Immediately.
understand
Yeah.
why they
Yeah.
was on JV. Uh,
Okay.
you know, they just wanted to be on varsity. I think I should be on varsity, and making excuses for it rather than just living in that moment and getting better. I had kids leave the program to go to other programs,
Because they
uh,
weren't on varsity?
because they weren't on varsity,
Yeah. Yeah.
because they just wanted it. And I'm talking about sophomores in high school.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm talking about sophomores in high school are still young, thinking they should plan, and then jump ship when the whole process is ninth grade through 12th grade.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you can't skip that process. You can't skip that process. And I had a lot of players wanted to skip over that process. And like I said, that became a key word for me is development. Because over the years, I in my programs over the years, every player that I've had that has either been league MVP or scored 1,000 points in their high school career has
Okay.
been with me for 4 years.
Oh, I love that. You built them from the ground up.
Yes, yes, yes.
No,
and
that's
that and
amazing. So
that's
that's
what
the
it takes, because
yeah.
I'm not getting the top 100 kid to come to the school that's, you know, already polished, that's coming with all
Yeah.
these.
Yep.
I'm getting kids who can play, but they just need someone to
They
trust
need that
them,
work and
and
need that
need somebody
development.
to build them up and development every year. And I've been able to do that with numerous kids.
Yeah. No, that's the process people miss, right? Or the part. It's that process. Everybody wants the outcome, but not everybody's willing to live the system that creates it. And since development never happens in isolation, it makes sense to talk about the people and the places that help shape your standard. So my next question is, you mentioned your experiences at Centennial and Compton helped define who you are. And when you got to Lusinger, um, you wanted to build a true neighborhood school that plays at a high level. What did those experiences teach you about culture, pride, and the kind of environment young athletes need in order to believe in bigger, perform better, and stay grounded?
So through my experiences, I attended Centennial High School. Not, and when I came into high school, I really didn't know about high school basketball. I didn't know
Okay,
it was,
okay,
I didn't know it was that big to where people really followed, watched, and it was big time. So I kind of came into high school a little naive. Uh,
okay, okay.
then I started to learn. I played like everybody else. I wanted to play varsity my freshman year. I thought I was good enough.
Yeah.
Played JV, which was perfectly fine. I had my cousin played varsity his freshman year. But at the same time, my freshman year,
What was his name?
his name was Janal Johnson. He passed away, but his name was Janal Johnson.
Okay, sorry to hear that. Did he play on to the next level as well?
No, he didn't. He didn't play at the next level. He didn't get there, but he played. That whole story is the fact that, and I'm gonna get there actually. I mean,
Okay.
about him particularly in another outstanding high school in
Yeah,
Compton,
yeah.
pretty much. But played JV. My
Okay.
It's the school that year went to the CI. We played in the CIF championship game against Artesia High School that year. That was 1995, 96.
Oh, wow. Who was that Artesia? Who was there?
I want to say, who was there? I can't even put my
Was it
finger
the
on.
UCLA guys that went to UCLA?
It
I
wasn't.
forgot who went there.
It wasn't Capono. It was a couple years
Okay.
before Capono.
Okay.
I can't put my finger on it. But they were pretty good. I want to say they had some big kids on
Is
that
that what
team.
the O'Bannon brothers went or no?
Yeah, O'Bannon brothers went there, but they was there a couple years before that.
Oh,
But
okay.
they did attend Artesia High School.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But just knowing that I went to a school my freshman year that went to a CIF championship game, it's like, oh, we good. And we played, and I knew all the guys. They were all neighborhood guys. They were all older than me.
Okay.
Yeah, of course I looked up to them, but at the same time, it was that competition level. I wanted to say I was better than them. And what helped my development actually is my cousin transferring. My cousin transferred to Dominguez High School after his freshman year. And Dominguez High School
recruited.
Yeah, Dominguez High School was a nationally ranked school during that time.
The
We
Dons,
talking
right?
H-Tom Prince, Tommy Prince. We're talking big time names. So that actually cleared the door for my development. So because he left, it was safe to say he was a better point guard to me. Because he left, I got thrown into my sophomore year actually playing. And then my junior year, it was pretty much my team. So I got to develop at a rapid rate, and that helped me tremendously. And that's what I hold, that's what I hold everything on to as far as program at Lusinger. I want kids to come in and have that experience I had as far as development for 4 years, getting better and better. But I also wanted to produce a quality program in the neighborhood with neighborhood kids competing on a yearly basis, a good basis, to where, when I'm playing against a team, no matter who it is, I have the respect of that coach. They know I'm going to come organized and structured, and that's what I built here at Losing.
Okay. How many years you've been there now?
This 10 years as a head coach.
Oh, amazing, amazing. So what I'm hearing from you is you're defining and building that culture. It's in place, right? Every other coach knows the culture you've created, and that's powerful because to you, culture isn't a slogan. It's what athletes feel every day when they walk into the gym. And once culture is in place, the big question becomes what standard the next generation has to carry if they really want to separate themselves. So you've seen the game from grassroots to high school to elite national levels. So when you think about this next generation, what mindset, discipline, or non-negotiable standard do you believe would truly make a student athlete built different in school, sport, and life? What is that non-negotiable?
The discipline,
Okay.
to work on your craft every day.
Okay.
The discipline to
Okay.
work on your
I
craft,
like that
whether it
phrase,
be
work on your craft every day. Is there another kind of motto that you kind of live by?
other than working on your craft every day. Just working hard.
Yeah, yeah.
Just,
Got it.
just
Got it.
working hard. Just putting effort
Outwork.
in
Yeah.
whatever you're doing. Just outwork the other person, especially when you're talking about sports. Sports is you just want to give it your all, and that just goes back to how I play basketball. I mean, I tell my players I will run through a wall. Like my coach told me to run through the wall, and that's exactly what I did. I just played very, very hard when I was a basketball player, and that's the same way I coach right now. I coach very, very hard.
I love that. I love that. Hard coaching really helps. I mean, some players aren't ready for that, right?
No,
Some
not at
families
all.
aren't ready for that. But
No,
those
not
are
at
the
all.
best coaches. Those
Not
are
at
the best
all.
coaches. Those are the times when you grow. Those are the times that you learn when you have someone, pushing you as a hard coach. And that's amazing. Coach Arturo, I got two more questions. Then the next question I have for you is I want to ask you in terms of our audience members, I want to give you open mic. We've talked a lot about insights, mental mindset, discipline, hard work. Is there anything you want to share with our listeners that either we've covered, we haven't covered, and something you want to reemphasize about your program, about your school, about your education? Open mic. Is there anything you want to share with our audience members and listeners?
Find the right fit. When we're talking about basketball, on this basketball journey, you want to find the right fit, to find the school that you can play at, because it's about being on the floor. It doesn't matter if it's a big school, small school. You do want to make sure that the program does play in certain events, because the kids know what events the big events they want to see themselves in, because everybody wants to see themselves on a bright floor. Planning events is important as far as exposure, getting the kid exposure. So just picking the right program that you can actually play at, filling out the freshman, filling out sophomore, filling out who's there, and being able to trust the coach and saying that I'm going to stay at the school for 4 years.
I love that.
I'm loyal. This is where I want to be. This is where I'm going to grow at. And take it upon yourself to take control of that. But and I think that the biggest thing is knowing who that head coach is and establishing a relationship with them. Because I'm telling you right now, a head coach is not going to lie to you. Either he wants you in the program, or he doesn't want you in the program, or he's going to let you know, I want you here, but this is what you're going to have to battle to if you want to play at this level. This is you're going to have to start here. So they will tell you the truth no matter what, because I tell my kids the truth. I just graduated 2 seniors last year. They both at the junior college level right now, played extreme. And I can remember sitting them in here when they was in 8th grade. They came to one of my games, local kids. I told them, by the time you get to your junior year here at Lusinger, it's going to be your team. That's the path, that's the development year by year. That's what I'm foreseeing for you guys. And it happened exactly the way it did. Both kids.
You held your end of the deal. They held their end of the deal. Now they're playing at the next level.
Both kids played 4 years for me. Both kids ended up being 1,000-point scorers. Both kids was MOP and MVP, first team. And they just finished their year. One of the kids ended up being freshman all-state at the junior college. So it's just a testimony to how much work they put in, because they got to put in the work on their own. But again, just sticking with one school, developing throughout the years, and just getting better.
Yeah, I love that. My last question for you, Coach, is there are a lot of coaches that listen to this podcast. I'm one of them that, I just love to learn from coaches that's been there, has been successful, has the experience. What is a tip or, a strategy or recommendation you have for all the coaches out there in terms of, not necessarily winning, but how to be successful? What is that one tip?
Attack every year. Every year can be different, but attack year with the mindset of getting that team ready defensively.
Okay, defense. Yes.
Team ready defensively, because you're spoiled. You're spoiled if you have some guys who can score that ball. The better teams, you're gonna have 6, 7, 8 guys who actually can go out there and get you a bucket. That's not the case for a lot of schools. So you're gonna have to work. You're gonna have to find some type of competitiveness with your teams, and find that defensive identity early. and stick to whatever defensive identity that you want in your program. Stick to it and work hard at it, and everything will be fine if you just stick to your guns. Stick to your guns and just work hard every day and just put that time in. It's extremely difficult to build, and I personally look. I love playing in the fall.
Okay.
You get out there and you don't practice as much because volleyball team has the gym.
Yeah.
You end up playing these fall games that really don't mean anything, but the players take it to heart. You try to get them to understand, hey, we haven't practiced, we just out here playing. I love that fall ball like around October, and then you have about to have a month or two to get ready for the season. I love coaches seeing you play around September, October, and then all of a sudden they see you play in November, December, and it's a totally different team because you're locked in. Yeah. It's locked into that practice every day, and your goal is just to get better every day. So I love the transformation of being here and looking one way, and then starting the season and looking a whole different way.
I love that. So Coach Arturo, I appreciate you sharing your time, your wisdom, and your perspective today. This is exactly what Built Different looks like. Family, that was a strong one. Coach Arturo didn't just give us a basketball talk today. He gave us a framework for development, right? He gave us a reminder that the strongest programs, the strongest leaders, and the strongest athletes are built through standards, daily habits, and a commitment to growth that doesn't need applause to stay consistent. Again, he's lived the journey from player to coach to teacher. He's seen elite talent. He's won. He's taught. And what stands out is that his message never drifted towards shortcuts. It stayed rooted in what? Development, right? That matters because if you're an athlete listening, hear this clearly. Potential means very little without structure. If you're a parent, remember this. The right environment can accelerate everything. And if you're a coach or educator, let this be the reminder. Your influence goes far beyond the scoreboard. Stick to your guns. Develop student athletes, right? What Coach Arturo Jones made clear in this episode is simple. Development is still the stage, is still the edge, not noise, not hype, not shortcuts. Development. So if you're serious about helping student athletes grow in confidence, discipline, leadership, recruiting, readiness, and long-term direction, then you need more than motivation. You need a real plan, right? In order to accomplish that clarity, confidence, and competitive direction, you need exactly the right mindset, coaching, and structure. And that's why this show matters. That's why this work matters. Coach Arturo, again, thank you for the work you do, the standard you carry, and the way you continue to build young people through the game and beyond it. Family, if this episode gave you clarity, gave you conviction, or gave you something you know another athlete, parent, or coach needs to hear, share it. We're on all the podcast episodes or podcast platforms, Spotify, YouTube, Apple. Coach, thank you again so much for your time. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Have a great day.
And this is where Athletic Connect comes in. Through tools and services like the Victory Compass, Power Hour, Mindset Mirror, Goal Sync, Fight On Mentality, Built Different Mindset, and the College Pathway Intelligence, athletes and families get more than inspiration. They get a real framework for growth, a framework that helps them gain clarity, develop elite habits, strengthen their mindset, and make smarter moves for the future. If today's episode resonated with you, don't just listen and move on, apply it. Watch and listen to the Built Different Studio Podcast on all major podcast and video platforms, including Spotify, Apple, and YouTube. And if you believe your story, your leadership, or your journey can impact the next generation, visit www.athletic.connect.com. That's with an IQ, and fill out the application to be on the show. This is bigger than content. This is about building champions in school, sport, and life. Handle today with intention. That's how champions are built. Fight on. Remember this, family. Talent might open the door, but your mindset, your habits, and your discipline decide how far you go. So keep showing up, keep building, and keep choosing the harder road, because that's the one that makes you built different. I'm Coach Randy, and this is the Built Different Studio Podcast.